guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pick a card for you guys today, and today we are getting messages from your person. So this is intended to be for people who are probably in separation, but you don't necessarily have to be. You could be with your person and maybe you just want some verification, confirmation on your connection or how they feel about you, but this is probably more so suited for those who are in separation with your person and would just like some kind of communication, in a sense, some kind of word on where they're at, how they're feeling, what they would want to say to you in general. So that's what we're looking at here today, is what your person may have to say to you. And I have 6 different piles out, and basically all of today's messages are from the Divine Masculine Messages of Love by Liz from Guided by Angels. So these are going to be pretty quick messages as they come out, because they're for the most part self-explanatory, but if there's anything that really needs a lot of elaboration to go into, of course I will dive into that, but they're most likely going to be pretty quick messages. So that's basically what we're doing here today. Anyways, before I get started and introduce the piles to you, I just wanted to welcome you guys here. Thank you to those of you who are, of course, returning. And if you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up, like it. That definitely helps me out. Leave me a comment, engage with this video, because it helps with the YouTube algorithm and just putting my videos out there, getting my channel out there and everything. And if you enjoy me as a reader and you resonate with the messages that come through, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because every time a brand new video goes up or I go live or there's some kind of update, you will be the first person in the know about it, simply by having those notifications on. So those are very, very super helpful when you do become subscribed. And I am open and available for private readings. So if you guys are interested in that, all the information about private readings, what I'm currently offering right now, ways to contact me, like my email, my social sites, all that good stuff is in the description box down below. And same for my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop is down there too. And there are certain select readings over there as well. So that's pretty much all the 411 you need to know right now heading into this. So let's get into the pile introductions so you guys know what your choices are and get this thing going. So pile number 1, we have this lovely moon-shaped crystal. It's like an angel ore quartz, I think, if I remember right. But yeah, it's very, very pretty. I like this little glittery part here in the center, so it's really nice. So pile number 1 is the crescent moon. Pile number 2, I can't even remember what this crystal is. I got it off Amazon. Like literally, it was one of those crystals that I bought because it was just pretty. There wasn't like any major intention behind it other than that. It wasn't that expensive either, so it's not like I was like, cracking out a ton of money for it, but it's just like the super pink, glittery, sparkly quartz crystal, quartz cluster. So if you like this one is pile number 2. Pile number 3, this is a sunset ore quartz, and it is actually a tantric twin crystal. As you can see, you have the 2 different parts that have come together here. So it is a tantric twin. For those of you who are in twin flame situations, you may like this one. This one may be a good choice for you. And we also have, for pile number 4, we have another tantric twin. This one is just regular clear quartz, but still absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. It has kind of like this ground, I don't even know what that is, but it's like some kind of like grounding kind of earthy material in there. But yeah, so this one is pile number 4. Pile number 5, we have an amethyst cluster. So amethyst is really, really good for a lot of stuff. It's actually my mom's birthstone too, so for February. So amethyst, pile number 4. And pile number 5, I cannot remember what this is, but it is a little tower. It is a little tower, a cute little tower. I'm sure I have the information for it somewhere, but this one is pile number 4, or not pile number 4. What am I talking about? Pile 4 is the tantric twin. Pile 5 is the amethyst, and this one is pile 6. I don't know why I'm stuck on pile 4. Maybe pile 4 is meant for me. I don't know. This one is pile 6, though, the tower. So those are your different choices, your different options. Go ahead and pick the pile that clicks with you the most, whether you're choosing by crystal, by number, by timestamp. I know everyone has their own method of madness on how they choose their piles, but, just pick the one that speaks to you the most. Try not to pick by your eyes, but try to pick by what you feel in your spirit, in your soul, in your gut. Use that third eye rather than your physical 2 eyes when it comes to picking a pile. So anyways, we're going to get started here with pile number 1, the crescent moon-shaped group, to find out what your person wants to say to you. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this crescent moon-shaped crystal that I believe is an angel or quartz of some sort, but if you chose this one, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your person has to say to you, what the messages are that are coming through. Exciting. All right, so like I said, all the cards except for one today I'm using are all from the Divine Masculine Messages of Love by Liz from Guided by Angels. And I'm going to go ahead and just start putting the cards down, and let's see what unfolds for you guys. I feel you. So your person definitely feels you. So like I said, this reading is intended for those who are probably in separation. So if you are one of those people, this person feels you. Like, it doesn't matter if you have physical distance between the two of you or emotional distance between the two of you or both. Bottom line is, it's like you guys could not speak for like 20 years. You guys could have, states, continents, oceans apart from one another in terms of distance, but you will still be able to sense each other. You'll still be able to feel one another. It's like you'll just have like that gut feeling. You'll just have that inner knowing, like they're okay, they're not okay, that kind of thing. So I feel like that's a mutual thing. So this person definitely does feel you, number 1. I am sending you love. So once again, I feel like if you are in separation here, and if there is distance between the two of you, I'm kind of picking up like definitely physical distance for some of you guys here with, like I feel you at a distance. I'm sending you love from a distance. Doesn't have to be physical distance, like I said, but I do get that feeling for some of you that there is probably physical distance that is involved. So not only do they feel you, but they are sending you that love. They are sending you love because of that. So, it's just like they can probably sense when you're having a down day. And when you're having a down day, they are probably sending you love. Now, I know it's frustrating because if you're having a down day, you'd probably rather have them just like pick up the phone and call you or text you or whatever it is, rather than just like do it from a telepathic level. But they are doing that. Like sometimes when it's like you have that sensing, sometimes it's not even like something you're consciously aware of. So it could be like a subconscious thing that they're doing too in terms of sending you that love. And even if you are currently having this person in your life, once again, I feel like they feel you even like when you guys are around each other. Like obviously it makes it easier then, but yeah. Our love will conquer all. So I feel like you guys probably have a lot of obstacles between the two of you right now. And this probably looks different for everybody. It could be, once again, obstacles of physical distance, emotional distance. There could be a third party involved. There could be like maybe cultural differences, or maybe issues between like your families, like maybe your families don't like one another, or your friends don't like your other person, or whatever the case may be. But there are definitely obstacles, there are challenges. It could be even like practical challenges, like financial challenges. It could be a lot of different things, but I feel like regardless of what they are and how big or how small they are, there are definitely obstacles, there are definitely challenges in making this relationship work. But this person wants you to know that, they're in it to win it. They're willing to go through the obstacle course of life and love with you. And that they do believe at the end of the day that your love can conquer that. Your love can overcome that, because they want you. They do truly want you. They feel you and they want you. So if you've been doubting that this person wants you at all, if you have felt maybe like, oh, they don't think I'm sexy, they don't think I'm appealing, they don't desire me, any of those things, stop it. Stop it right now. Stop telling yourself that, because you are desirable. You are sexy to this person. They do want you. So don't doubt that. Don't second guess yourself. Don't second guess your confidence. Don't second guess your worth. And don't second guess their ability to see that. Give me time. So this is definitely someone who needs a little bit of time. Maybe it's already been a long road, which is definitely possible. It could be a little bit longer, because they are saying, give me time. But I feel like whatever they're doing during that time, it's productive. It's not like they're saying, give me time so they can just, sit on their ass and play video games or something like that. They're saying, give me time, because they're working on themselves. Whether that means they're getting their life together in terms of like leaving a previous relationship, or bettering their finances, or whatever it is. It could be simply like bettering their own mental health. But whatever it is, they need time to wrap up those things. They need time to wrap up the things that have not been the best in their life, because I feel like when they do return, they want to provide for you and give you the best of the best. They don't want to come back in on this thing half-ass, as they shouldn't. And we have, I want to change my life. So like I was just saying with give me time, I feel like that's what they're in the process of doing right now. They are in the process of changing their life, working on it, making it for the better. I am healing. Once again, another reason why they need time, because they're in the process of healing. If they're leaving a previous relationship, for example, they're probably going to need time to heal that. And, if you truly love them unconditionally, you're going to want to give them that time. It's never healthy to jump into another relationship, even if it is the right person. It's never healthy to jump into another relationship immediately after you've finished one up. It's like that whole thing of sometimes you can meet the right person at the wrong time kind of thing. And maybe that's been you guys. Maybe you guys have been like the right person at the wrong time. But I feel like they're working on healing themselves so they can move that clock to the right time, basically. And it doesn't just have to be healing like over a previous relationship. They could be healing in terms of like their own mind frames and mindsets and mental health. This could be someone maybe who has struggled with anxiety or depression. A lot of us are these days. So, they could be someone dealing with that. They could be healing from like family trauma and things from like their childhood. So, that could be a whole bunch of different scenarios. But bottom line is, like I said, they're not sitting around just twiddling their fingers. They're actively working on themselves to get back to you. It's multi-layered to get back to you, and because I feel like they want to have their best life in every facet of life, including the part with you. So they're asking you to trust them with trust me here. So I feel like it's been very hard for you guys to trust what's happening here, because you guys are just kind of believing what you see on the surface. And you gotta remember, it doesn't matter if it's with this connection or even in other areas of your life. You can't just take everything for face value. You can't just accept everything for exactly as it is, because 99.9% of the time, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on underneath the surface that we don't know, that we don't see. There are things going on behind the scenes. And if you can think of other areas in your life where that's happened, where you've had situations like that happen to you at work or with a friend or a family member or something like that, remember that can happen in this scenario too. So, like I said, things happening behind the scenes, that happens in all areas of your life. It's happening with this person too. You gotta trust them. You gotta trust them is the bottom line, because think about it. When you guys do come together, if you can't trust them now, chances are you're not going to trust them then either. So yeah, there needs to be trust. If there's no trust, you can't really have a functioning relationship. And we have please forgive me. So I do feel like for a lot of you, this person has hurt you. And I don't feel like that this is something that they've intentionally done. I feel like it's kind of been like this unfortunate side effect to like just the situation of things, but they do ask for your forgiveness, which once again, you cannot have reconciliation with someone if you're holding a grudge against them. So if you guys truly do want to reconcile with this person, you're going to have to make peace in your heart over whatever has happened here in the past. You can't continue to carry that on into a new chapter. That's like moving into a new house and then taking all your garbage and everything that you threw away from the old house and bringing that and moving that in with you into the new house. It doesn't work. It's not a good look. So not recommended. I want to tell you how I feel. So I do feel like this person has a lot on their mind. They have a lot that they want to share with you. I feel like a lot of what they want to share does connect to this transformation that they're going through with changing their life and healing. And I feel like maybe they've discovered like the depth of how strongly they truly do feel about you through that. So they do want to do that. And we also have, I made a wish and you appeared. So I feel like before you guys even connected, I feel like this person was probably already struggling with things in their lives. Whether, like I said, it's been financial or from like their inner child and their family or previous negative relationships or whatever it's been. I feel like they already went through a lot. And it's like at some point, they probably, it's funny because it's like sometimes we're praying and we don't even realize when we're praying. And they probably kind of like said a prayer in their heart without even realizing it, that they just wanted to know what true love was, what real, true, unconditional love was. And they didn't really realize what they were asking for when they said that to themselves. But then, of course, you came along. And once you came along, it's like they realized like how much of a blessing that is, obviously, but also how intense it is and how much that means. They got to fix a whole bunch of other stuff in their lives and in their hearts if they can truly accept that pure, wonderful, amazing love. So, so you are a wish that came true to them for sure. That's basically what I have for you guys with messages from your person and what they want to say. A lot of good stuff here for sure. Once again, this is the Divine Masculine Messages of Love by Liz from Guided by Angels. And before I wrap up this reading, I want to share with you guys a Loving Words from Jesus card, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, my Father gives to you the true bread from heaven. John 6:32. So obviously this Bible verse is not literally about bread. Although if you want to have literal bread, I'm sure, that's cool too. Why not? Bread is awesome. Basically the bread is kind of like, it's like spiritual awareness. It's like that enlightened mind. It's like having that love and, just having our eyes open basically. So I feel like, Spirit has given you a lot of insight and a lot of resources, how to navigate life, basically. So, take those resources, take that bread, eat it, ingest it, and let that knowledge and let that insight and let those experiences nourish you so you can become like the even bigger and better version of yourself than you already are. Um, so, yeah, that's basically the message that I have here for you today, you guys. Hopefully this message resonated. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just with a simple, small emoji. And also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. And feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way, and so you guys know when I go live and any other fun updates that happen to come along. Like I said at the beginning of this video, private readings are open and available, so if you are interested in one of those, hit me up, and all of my information, like I said, is in the description box. What the reading offerings are, my email, my social sites, all that good stuff is there. Etsy shop, anything and everything you need to know is right there. So yeah, that's basically that. So I just want to thank you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So keep sparkling. I'm sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose the pink, sparkly, glittery, I don't really know exactly what it is, but it's pretty awesome, amazing. Probably just a quartz of some sort that has been given this color, but this amazing pink colored crystal, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your person has to say to you, what messages they have coming through for you. Like I said, these messages are from the Divine Masculine Messages of Love by Liz from Guided by Angels. And I'm going to go ahead and just start laying these down here now. And we'll see exactly what this person has to say, what's coming through. We have, I promise you, communication. This is a huge one. Communication is obviously very important in all relationships, all types. So like I said at the beginning of this reading, I feel like for most of you guys, this is going to be messages for those of you who are in separation. So you're probably someone who is, and that means you probably haven't been talking. And if that's you, they do promise you communication. And I don't feel like that's 5D communication, because whenever I see I promise you communication, I feel like 5D communication is always going on. That's always happening. That's telepathic. That's in your dreams. It's in music. It's in numbers. It's in all kinds of different things, right? So when I see I promise you communication, I see that as beyond the 5D. I see that as bringing that into something, into the physical world. So I feel like I promise you communication is definitely like something they're going to do in the physical world. Now, I can't tell you how much communication that's going to be. I can't tell you how big of a communication that could be, but it is going to be communication. It could be a simple text message. It could be saying something, like leaving you a comment on Facebook or something. It could be actually calling you. It could be stopping by to physically see you. It could be in a lot of different ways, but I do feel like it is in the physical, in the 3D. So that is very important. I desire you on every level. So this person desires you. Like, this person loves every part of your being, every part of your soul, like inside out. Like, I feel like this is someone that desires you on a mental level. Like, they probably find the conversations that you guys have like very mentally stimulating. They desire you on an emotional level. I feel like, they can really connect with you and feel comfortable with you, at home with you, just at ease with you. Like, it's just go with the flow. So there's an emotional connection. There's a mental connection. There's, of course, the physical connection, desiring you physically, sexually, something that's very fiery and passionate. And I feel like they desire you spiritually as well. The spiritual is almost kind of like, it's almost like on a level of like bringing all three of the other three like together in one, but in like an eternal type of way. So this person definitely desires you on every level. I love it when you dance. Ooh, so I don't know if we got some dancers here in this group, but if you are someone who loves dancing, whether you've done it on like a professional level or just as like a, hey, I just like to dance and have fun. Like I just like to dance in my car or whatever it is. I feel like dance is somehow important here. Maybe the two of you have danced together before in the past. I don't know, but this person likes the way you move. That's for sure. They like the way you move. I find you irresistible. And now I'm almost kind of getting horny like levels from this person because they desire you. They find you irresistible. Almost with the I love when you dance thing. I'm almost kind of thinking of like a striptease kind of dance. So maybe it's been a while. Maybe it's been a while for the both of you. That's kind of the vibe I get here. It's been a while. And I don't feel like this person wants to communicate just to like come in and hit it and quit it. Like I feel like this person wants to communicate because yeah, they want to do that, but I feel like they also they want to elaborate on that. They want to connect. They want to have intimacy from that, not just like releasing primal physical urges. But there, like I said, there's definitely like a horny level happening here. Hear my message through music. So like I was saying earlier to you guys, with the communication thing, I don't feel like the communication is going to be 5D because I feel like that's already happening. That's been happening. And this card here is proof of that. That they've already been communicating with you on that 5D level. And one of the ways they have been doing so is through music. So, you could be listening to music in the car when you're driving somewhere. You could be listening to music as you're getting ready in the morning. It could be playing, like, it could be like a song in the grocery store that comes on. Like nowadays, like grocery stores play good music. Maybe I've gotten old, but nowadays grocery stores play good music. So, it could be a song that comes on in the grocery store and you're like, oh my God, that's our song. So yeah, but they are definitely sending you messages and signals through music. So, and there also seems to be like this interesting tie-in when it comes to music because, we have dancing, we have music, that kind of thing. So there seems to be some kind of connection with dancing and music, like the fine arts, maybe in a way. Maybe this is something you two have in common, somewhere you've connected over, something that's important to the two of you. So that could be a possibility as well for somebody. I have to release the past. So one of the reasons your connection has probably been a struggle is they've probably been carrying their baggage into your connection. And obviously, if you're carrying baggage, especially heavy baggage, that is not good. It's going to be cumbersome for the person carrying the baggage, and it's going to be a problem for whoever else is in the connection. So I feel like before they can return to you fully, this is something that they have to release. Whatever that past is, it could be past struggles in previous relationships. It could be family trauma that they need to release. It could be a bunch of different things, but there's definitely something that they're holding on to from their past that is toxic for them, is not serving them anymore, and they need to let it go before they return. And for some of you, it could be that when they do return, and they do communicate with you, they could be telling you about this experience. They could be telling you like, hey, I'm really sorry I blew you off. I'm really sorry I treated you this way. It doesn't justify what I did, but the reason I did was because I was struggling with X, Y, and Z, whatever that is from the past. So that could definitely be a possibility there too. I love you more every day. That's absolutely beautiful because, this is the kind of love that just expands and grows every single day. So it's like, whether you guys are together or separate, it's like every day they learn something new about you. And it's like, even like the smallest things they probably find absolutely endearing, like, you know, maybe the way you put your hair behind your ear or something like that. It's like, oh my gosh, they're like, oh my God, I love that. Or something like that. It could be the way that, you know, you put a bread in the toaster or something. Oh my God, I love that. So they just love every little thing about you, and it expands and it grows, and things that you probably wouldn't even think are important or special, they feel is important and special about you. I was born to be with you. So I feel like this person knows that you guys have like this deep level connection where, you know, they were put on this earth not to walk alone, not to walk solo, but to be in partnership with someone. And I feel like they know that that person was meant to be you. So they know that you are a part of their life, their life's highest path, their life's largest purpose. So I feel like they definitely know that. We're going back into horny land again with the next card, you guys. I can't make this up. I love your body. So once again, they desire you on every level. They find you irresistible. They love when you dance, which, like I said, I kind of get like a striptease vibe with that, with the music. And I love your body. So if you didn't know that already from these other cards up here, they obviously really, really, really want to reiterate this to you. So I feel like if they're strongly reiterating it to you, it may be because maybe you, on the other side of this, maybe you feel that they don't. And that may not even necessarily be because of them. That could be some of your own insecurities that maybe you deal with. You know, maybe you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, I don't look like the girls in Hollywood. You know, I have acne. I have a muffin top. You know, I have scars on my body or stretch marks or whatever it is that you feel is imperfect. So you may not really love your body. And because you don't love your body, you may struggle to see how anyone else could. But this person very much so loves your body. And all those things that you may see as imperfections, I feel like they look at that and they look at that as like perks, like things that they love even more and more and more about you. Don't give up on me. So I know that there are probably times where it's too much, it's been too long, it's been too hard, and you're probably just ready to throw in the towel and give up. Well, they're reminding you not to. And that's not just about like, don't give up on them, but don't give up on you. You know, because giving up on them can also be like giving up on you. Like, live your best life, be happy. Like, even though this isn't where you want it to be right now, doesn't mean that it won't be in the future. And in the meantime, there's no reason that you can't enjoy your life right here, right now, on the way to where you're going. That means it's only just going to get better and better over time. So I feel like they're saying to you, like, don't give up on life right now. Enjoy what you have right now. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your job. If you don't enjoy those things, work on changing those things, you know. Work on making your life better, you know. Do the things that make you happy. Do the things that bring you joy and bliss and excitement and love in all areas of life. So don't give up on yourself and don't give up on them, because the more that you're like expanding your life and making your life better, the higher the probability is of them coming back into it. So don't give up. Don't give up on them. Don't give up on you. It's more like a don't give up on us kind of energy. And I need time to think. So with I need time to think, I feel like that plays in here with what they had to say about releasing the past. So probably the things that they have to think over are connected to that. You know, just things that they have to let go, things that, you know, maybe they struggle with, but they need to release it basically. I almost feel like if your person was watching this video, I would almost tell them, think less, feel more. because sometimes thinking actually gets us into trouble because we can get into like overthinking land and then manipulate things. So, maybe you have someone who's a little bit of an overthinker to a certain degree. So, yeah, I feel like, and your person isn't even watching this unless they are, which would be just weird. It would be cool, but weird. My message to them would definitely be like, think less, feel more, because, your feelings are right. Your feelings are like the true you and everything, and they're not gonna betray you. So, anyways, that's a weird extra message, kind of out of nowhere. Um, anyway, that's pretty much the messages from your person. But before I wrap things up here, I do want to throw in a card from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, take therefore no thought of the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought of the things of itself. Matthew 6:34. So this card is basically reminding you guys not to worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about the problems and the stresses that are up ahead in the future. Try to be present. Try to stay in the present moment, because you're not living in the past. You're not living in the future. You're not there yet. All you have is the moment that you're currently in right now. So, like let's say tomorrow you had a dentist appointment scheduled, and you're really nervous about it because you don't like going to the dentist. You're like me. I'm literally using one of my own fears. I actually do not have a dentist appointment tomorrow, but if I did, this is the example I would use. I don't like going to the dentist. It gives me anxiety. It stresses me out. From a financial perspective, from I don't like being poked and prodded in my mouth perspective. I don't like having my teeth drilled. I've been through a lot of trauma when it comes to my teeth. So it gives me a lot of anxiety, and it makes me really weird. But the truth is, I shouldn't be worrying about that if I'm not currently in that moment, if I'm not living in that moment right now. And right now, you are on YouTube. You are listening to this video. That is what you're doing right now. So be in that present moment. Try not to worry about the problems for tomorrow. And yes, the problems of tomorrow one day are going to arrive. But trust that they are going to be taken care of when that time does arrive. So there's no reason to lose peace about it here and now, today, in this moment. So yeah, and like I said, you guys, these messages from your person today were all from the Divine Masculine Messages of Love from Liz, from Guided by Angels. So I just wanted to give her a little shout out, send her a little bit of love here doing this reading. Anyway, so hopefully this message resonated and made sense for you. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just with a simple, small emoji. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also so you know about when live readings and just any important updates that come up, you will be the first to know. So like I said, private readings are open and available too. I mentioned that at the start of the video. And all the ways to contact me, email, social sites, all that good stuff, all the 411 you need to know is in the description box down below. And that goes for my Etsy shop as well. So I just want to thank you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So keep sparkling. I'm sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose the Sunset Aura Quartz Tantric Twin Crystal, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your person has to say to you. All right, I just like showing off this crystal. It's so pretty. Okay, we're going to set it right here. And like I said, these are all messages here from the divine masculine messages of love from Liz from Guided by Angels. And I'm just going to go ahead and start laying these cards down, and we'll see exactly what your person has to say to you. I want to hold you in my arms. So this person, I feel like they just want to comfort you. They probably just want to like protect you and, be like a big teddy bear in a sense, just embrace you, just hold you in their arms. I know for a lot of us, the past couple of years have had quite a bit of challenges to it. And a lot of us could probably use a big bear hug, right? So maybe this person is just like an awesome hugger. They could just be one of those people who just gives the most amazing hugs. And, they definitely want to do that. They want to just like, I feel like it's kind of like a protection thing, a security thing, an intimacy thing in terms of just being close. They just want to hold you, which is very sweet, very endearing. Our love is eternal. So I feel like this is definitely confirmation that, this is not some fly-by-night or random thing. If you've ever questioned if it is, it's not. It's eternal. You guys have known each other in past lives. You guys will know each other again in future lives. It's like, you guys are universally basically joined at the hip. So even if you wanted to shake this person, you couldn't. So your love is eternal. It's a forever thing. Eternity is forever. So this is a forever type of love. I am learning my lessons. So, one of the reasons that most people are in separation from their person, or if things are just not going well, things are not going good, there's a breakdown in terms of communication, it's usually because there are lessons that need to be learned. There is some difficulties. So, clearly they have lessons that they need to learn. And I feel like those lessons probably look different for everybody. For some people, it could be, dropping like negative mental strongholds that they could have. For other people, it could be breaking addictions. Like I said, this could be a bunch of different types of things. But if you guys are taking time apart from one another, it's kind of like they're in the school of life is what they're going through right now. So they're in the process of learning some lessons, which can be pretty heavy duty and not exactly fun or easy. But they do miss you because we have the I miss you card here. So they do miss you. I almost kind of get this feeling like as I've been, putting these cards down and seeing what the messages actually are, I kind of get like, because like pile 2, the pile I just did, they had a very strong particular vibe to them. And I'm kind of getting like a vibe coming from you guys too right now as I pull these. And it's kind of like, just like a kind of sad vibe. It's like, kind of like Eeyore from like Winnie the Pooh. Like I feel like they're just kind of sad. Like maybe they're struggling with some depression. Because, they would like to hold you as like, kind of like a comfort thing, kind of like this intimacy thing. They miss you. So I feel like this person's definitely struggling. They're going through a lot. My home is with you. So in a lot of ways, this person may feel kind of homeless. And I don't mean that they are homeless, not in the physical sense, but in the spiritual sense, in the emotional sense. They could be surrounded by a ton of people, but I feel like this is someone who feels very alone and very isolated, even if they're surrounded by people, even if they're surrounded by friends, or maybe they work with a lot of people, they're surrounded with coworkers, maybe they have a lot of family, maybe they live with a lot of family, they could live with like siblings or parents or nieces, nephews. It could be like a whole bunch of different scenarios, but they could be surrounded by people and still feel very alone. But I feel like they don't feel alone, and they do feel the most comfortable, and they do feel the most at home when they are with you. So it's kind of like this sense of depression and longing and loneliness that I'm kind of picking up here from this person. So, it's not easy. It's kind of hard. I want to speak my truth. So one thing that's kind of been a common theme in every pile, which doesn't surprise me, is all these masculines basically, they want to speak their truth. they want to come forward. They want to communicate. They want to say something. And I do believe that many of them will. I feel like it's going to take a matter of divine timing. It's going to take a matter of, them doing what they need to do on their end. You need to do what you need to do on your end before that can happen. But I do feel like it's going to happen. And I feel like they have a lot that they want to share with you. They probably want to share with you the fact that they do miss you. They probably want to share some of the lessons that they're going through with you. If they have been depressed, if they have been sad, they probably want to share that with someone because they probably haven't shared it with anyone. And who more would they want to share that with than the person that they feel at home with? That's who they're going to feel the most open and the most comfortable with. So I do feel like they do want to do that, and that they will do that, like I said, in divine timing when the time is right. You make me very happy. Now this card is very important because obviously, like I said, there's kind of been like this sad vibe to this pile, unfortunately. Kind of like this blue feeling, like I said, like I want to hug your person just as a friend, just as a friend, obviously, but I kind of want to hug them just because I can feel like the sadness. Like it's just like, it's like crying. It's like tears. Like guys usually don't cry very much, but I feel like this is a dude who wants to cry or who has been crying when no one is looking. But I feel like when they're around you, they don't feel that way. They feel lighthearted again. They feel joy. They feel like all the good things, basically. So you do make them very happy. And I feel like that's something that they want to feel more of. I need space to heal. So this is a part of what their lessons are that they're learning right now, is they're taking time to heal, because usually lessons and healing go hand in hand. And as much as this person may be feeling isolated and alone right now, and as much as they may feel sad, unfortunately, they may kind of have to remain in that kind of position for a little while because it's the only way they can heal properly. They can't necessarily do that while being coddled, in a sense, by the company of others, or feeling the comfort of company from others. So they may need that. Sometimes that's the only way to do it, is to like go through the most painful stuff in the most painful way to like actually heal. So they could be experiencing that right now. They could be going through that right now. Very well possible. Like I'm almost kind of getting like the Hanged Man type of energy, like when it comes to the tarot, because when you're in the Hanged Man energy, you're hanging upside down, your perspectives are changing, you're going through a transformation process, from like a caterpillar to a butterfly, which is painful. It's not easy, but it's only one caterpillar that's in that cocoon. It's isolated by itself. It's alone as it's going through that transformation. There's not a ton of caterpillars crammed into one cocoon. So it's something you can only do on your own, which is what I feel like this person may be going through. I know I'm not pulling any tarot cards in this reading here today, but if there was a tarot card I would say is kind of leaning into that kind of energy, I would say it would be that Hanged Man type of energy. You are the one. So this person does know that you are the one. They acknowledge that. They feel that. There is no one else. So if you're sitting there worried, all up in your head that, that there's somebody else, like, oh my God, there's somebody else. There's not. And even if they have been with somebody else recently, like even if you've been experiencing a third party situation with this person, I feel like that third party is kind of just like a shadowy shell of a figure. It's almost like it's not even a real person that's there. So always remember that you are the one. Nobody else compares to you. I was silly to let you go, so I feel like, once again, one of the lessons that they're learning here is the fact that they shouldn't have done that. They're probably learning what's good for them and what's bad for them, learning that you were one of the good things that was there for them. And, sometimes you don't know what a good thing is until it's gone. And I feel like that's what they've been realizing. But the good thing is, when they do come back, when they do speak that truth to you, they're going to be returning like knowing and understanding your value, like truly seeing it, because they didn't see it the last time. If they didn't, they wouldn't have let you go. So I feel like they really understand and know your worth, and they know your value now. So they're kind of kicking themselves over it, but they do acknowledge that they were stupid to let you go. And because of that, they say, I am sorry for everything I have done. So, whether it was letting you go or anything else, they feel bad about it. They definitely have a conscience over this. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is another one of the reasons why they have that sadness, why there's that heaviness in their heart. They feel guilt. They feel very bad about what they did. They'd probably, I know like a forgiveness card didn't pop up here, like craving forgiveness from you, but it wouldn't surprise me if they wanted forgiveness from you. So yeah, like they're definitely very apologetic. And that's basically all the messages that I have for you guys from the Divine Masculine Messages of Love from Liz of Guided by Angels. But before I wrap this up, I do want to give you guys a card from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got... Watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. Matthew 26:41. So, this card is all about falling not into temptation. What does that mean? What does that really mean? Does that mean just, like, oh, I want to stay healthy, but I want to fall into temptation and eat this candy bar? It could mean that. But I feel like for most of you, the temptation is more so like the temptation to give up. Like the temptation to quit, the temptation to basically not listen to your inner voice, to not listen to your higher self, to not listen to spirit. Because when we're not listening to our hearts, when we are not following our gut instincts, we're going to get ourselves into all kinds of trouble. And that's where the temptation is. It's tempting to do the easy thing, which is usually not what spirit wants us to do. It's a lot harder to do the right thing. It's a lot harder to do what spirit is speaking into our hearts. So that's what this card is a reminder of, is to, do what spirit has put into your heart. Follow your gut, follow your heart. Do the thing that is hard, even if it's unpopular, even if no one else is doing it, even if other people disagree with you on it. It doesn't matter. It's not their life. It's yours. So that's what this card is basically speaking on. And that could be about anything in your life. It could be about this connection, not giving up on this connection. It could be about other things too, Love is not the only place we're going to struggle in and have temptation in our life. We can have it in money, in our family, in our career, in a whole bunch of different places. So apply that wherever it needs to be applied to. Anyways, that's basically what I have for you guys today. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. Even if it's just with a simple small emoji, I would love to hear from you. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And that way then you also know whenever I go live and all those good kind of updates that you would want to know. Once again, like I said at the start of this video, private readings are open and available. So if you are interested in one of those, hit me up, my email, my social sites, all that good stuff. All the 411 is down in the description box down below. And yeah, at Etsy too, for that matter. Etsy is there as well. So that's basically that. So I just want to thank you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So keep sparkling. I'm sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 4. If you chose this clear quartz tantric twin, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your person has to say to you right now. All right, we'll put our little tantric twin over there, that little guy. And like I said, you guys, I have messages here from the Divine Masculine Messages of Love from Liz of Guided by Angels. And I'm just going to start putting the cards down here and we will see exactly what your person has to say, what's coming through. I see signs about you. Okay. So this person is seeing signs about you. Once again, this reading is intended for people who are probably in separation from their person. But even if you guys are not communicating, nothing's going on, everything seems to be at a standstill, that doesn't mean that stuff is not going on spiritually. So this person is seeing signs about you, and I see signs as being more so like reminders, like very obvious reminders. Like maybe they're driving in their car and a song comes on that reminds them of you. Like maybe it's by your favorite artist, or it's a song that like means something personal between the two of you, like it's your song or something. So it could be music. It could be that, you know, maybe when they're out and about doing their thing during the day, maybe they saw someone who looks like you, or they saw a car that was just like your car. You know, just like constant reminders, you know. Someone may even bring you up in conversation and it's like their ears perk up like a dog and they're like, what? Like, huh? What's going on? So they're definitely getting those reminders. That's for sure. They can't escape that. Even if they wanted to, they can't. I am thinking about you. So I feel like when they see these signs and when they get these reminders, it just feeds the flame is what it comes down to. Like I said, if they didn't want to think about you, it's pushing them to think about you more and more. And I feel like you are on their mind probably a lot more than you realize. And it's funny because there's definitely a big distinction between thinking and feeling. You know, thinking is very much so like your brain. It's very much like more of like a logical kind of side of seeing things. It could almost be like that air energy. Maybe this person's an air sign or whatever. But you know, this could be someone who kind of goes to like overthinking land when it comes to you. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they haven't reached out. Maybe they play out all the different scenarios of what could happen. And unfortunately, when we're overthinking, we have a tendency to think of everything bad that could happen and none of the good things. I don't know why we do that, but they could be doing that. They could be making these nightmare scenarios in their head that may not even exist or ever happen. But I do feel like they have good thoughts about you too. Like it's not like they're just thinking like horrible things or anything. But they do think about you. You know, they probably daydream about you and stuff too. I have been watching you. Ooh, creeper status. Just kidding. He's kind of like Edward Cullen. He comes into your bed at night and he watches you sleep. No, totally kidding. I don't even know where that's coming from, but maybe we got some Edward Cullens up in here. I don't know. But he has been watching you from afar. You probably don't realize it because once again, if you guys aren't really talking, if you're not really communicating, they probably are watching you. So it's like if you guys maybe live in the same area, like maybe you work at the same place or you go to the same school or whatever it is, you know, they could be watching you from across the room or something like that. You know, they could be like finding out what you're up to through the grapevine, like through other people. I feel like for most of you though, this I have been watching you thing is probably social media. If you guys are connected on social media, like you can be connected to someone on social media and just never talk to them. I mean, I have well over 600 Facebook friends, and I can guarantee you I do not talk to all of my Facebook friends. I don't even know who most of them are half the time. But, you know, just because you're connected to someone on social media doesn't mean you're talking to them. So you guys could be connected on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, take it wherever you will. But I feel like this is probably most likely where they are watching you. They're probably watching you on social media. And so be careful what you post, be careful what you say. And if you don't want them to know, don't say it. If you do want them to know, then say it, but say it in a way that makes sense in the delivery. And for those of you that might come in here and say, but he's blocked me, blah 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 blah, doesn't matter. This person could have a burner account. They could have like a totally fake account that they could be watching you, and you may not even know it. So that doesn't mean anything. I get lost in your eyes. So I do feel like this person kind of has like that daydreamy kind of thing going on with you. They get lost in your eyes. You know what they say, the eyes are the windows to the soul. So they probably see your soul, your spirit through your eyes, which is just another reason they're probably very drawn in and find you very appealing. And your eyes are probably one of the most important features that they just love and enjoy about you. You are my light. So this person may have a lot of darkness happening around them in their life right now. Truthfully, we're all kind of probably experiencing a lot of darkness right now because we've all been in a global pandemic for the past 2 years. But regardless of the global factor or not, I feel like they've definitely, gone through a lot of pain, gone through a lot of suffering, gone through some darkness, but it's like you give them hope. You give them joy again. You give them a reason to believe again. So that makes you their light, the light in their life. You make me feel complete. Now, this can get into kind of a tricky codependent kind of area because we should never, ever feel like another human being is there to complete us because we are obviously complete and whole completely on our own. So this person may have some codependency issues that maybe they need to work out. And maybe they know that. Maybe they need to work out some of these codependent issues in order for you guys to be truly healthy. But I feel like their intention is pure. Their intention is good. They're not trying to be like codependent, clingy, you complete me, I'm not a whole person without you kind of thing. But I feel like if anything, they're trying to make more so of a compliment here than a negative thing. They're trying to say that, while they themselves may be a whole person, and while you yourself may be a whole person, I feel like it's more like you compliment me. Not you complete me, but more like you compliment me. So it's like, you're this amazing addition into my life, and that my life wouldn't have that same spark without it, kind of a thing. So it's more like you compliment me, if that makes sense. I will come forward to you in time. So in pretty much every single pile, we've had masculines basically saying that they are going to come forward. They do want to communicate. They do want to speak a truth. Yours is no different than any of the other piles with that. They do want to come forward. They do want to communicate. They do want to talk to you. With the words in time at the end of this here, it doesn't tell me that it's going to be happening overnight. It doesn't tell me it's going to be happening like anytime soon. It may be a little bit more distant in the future. But remember, it's going to happen. It is going to happen. And that you can speed that time up if you want to, just simply by taking care of yourself and living your own best life. And by you doing that, that's going to help them live their best life, basically. And it could increase that speed of time. You are my future. So I feel like this person has thought about the future and they do see that with you. So as they think about where they want to be a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever it is, they probably see you as being a part of that, They may see you as like, hey, this is the person that I'd really like to commit my life to. I'd really like to marry this person. I'd really like to raise a family with this person. I would really like to travel with this person. Do this with this person, do that with this person, whatever it is. So I do feel like, as they're thinking about you, they could be making like future plans as to what they want to do with you. Like I said, it's kind of like that daydreamy kind of thing. Like they're daydreaming about, oh, what will we do in the future? Where are we going to go on vacation? What kind of cars are we going to drive? What kind of house are we going to live in? What are the personalities of our children going to be like? You know, stuff like that. Almost kind of like girly stuff, but they're a guy and they're thinking about that too. And that's totally cool. I will never let you go. So, I feel like even though it may seem like this person has let you go, like they clearly haven't, you're very much in their heart, you're very much like in their spirit, in their mind, in everything basically. So they will never let you go. That's very important. I see you everywhere. So I feel like that kind of goes along with the very first card that came out with I see signs about you. They also see you everywhere. So, they're getting signs, they're seeing you everywhere, which basically is like another way of saying that they're getting all these reminders. Like I said, they see a car that looks like yours. They see a person that looks like you. They see, a dog that looks like your dog. Whatever it is, they're getting reminders about you constantly. So with them constantly getting reminders, constantly getting signs, constantly thinking about you, also they're watching you. So it's like, they can't let you go. Like I said, even if they wanted to, they couldn't. Like, and it's interesting, for every single pile, they've kind of had like a little bit of a theme to them. Like one pile was a little horny. Another pile kind of, like if I were to give that pile a character, it was kind of like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. You guys remind me of Edward Cullen from Twilight. Because, he's getting all these reminders, you're constantly on his mind, he's watching you, he can't let you go, kind of a thing. It's almost like a creepy stalker kind of vibe, but it's not, because you love this person and you want this person to come after you. It's not like creepy stalker, like, ew, get away from me, I'm getting a restraining order. It's like creepy stalker, like, oh my gosh, I find that kind of appealing. It's very much like that Edward and Bella kind of thing, where maybe to outsiders it would look kind of weird and it would look kind of strange, like, dude, what's wrong with you? But it's like the whole thing of, Bella, I was built to kill. And Bella's like, I love you, I trust you. Like, you guys have that weird dynamic, and it may not make sense to anybody else, but it makes sense to the two of you. So it's kind of like that kind of vibe is the best way I can describe it. So if you love Twilight, maybe you're a Twilight person, I definitely love Twilight. So for myself, I can resonate with that. But if that makes any sense for you, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. And I promise you, union. So union is in the cards for you, like quite literally, because this is a card. But union is going to happen for you guys. They have promised that. They do see that as a part of your future. It may be taking a while. It may be taking longer than you thought it would. But once again, if we're going back to that Edward and Bella example, did Edward and Bella just meet in high school and then ride off into the sunset? No, they went through all kinds of craziness. Edward left. She went to Italy to make sure that he didn't kill himself. Jacob came along. There was kind of like this whole crazy third party thing with the Jacob thing. There was Victoria to deal with, and her trying to kill Bella. There was the Volturi to deal with. There were a lot of problems they had to deal with before they could actually have their happily ever after. So just remember, if they got through it, and I know they're fictional characters, but it doesn't matter. Everybody goes through ups and downs in life. If they can get through it, you guys can get through it, and your happily ever after will be there. So union is coming. So that's basically the messages that I have for you guys from the Divine Masculine Messages of Love from Liz of Guided by Angels. So I just wanted to, spend some time sharing her cards, because I love her cards. They're absolutely beautiful. Very simple, but the messages are like spot on, and I figured you guys would enjoy that. Anyway, before I wrap things up for you guys, I do want to share with you a loving words from Jesus card, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got pray always, Luke 21:36, which is a very good message. Prayer, it's basically a conversation with God, source, spirit, whatever you want to put, the universe. It's conversations with God. And, prayer is not just like sitting down and folding your hands and making like petitions to God, basically. I mean, you can do that, but, it's also about being grateful. And it's not just about like talking to God, but it's a conversation, which means there are times where God is going to talk to you. And, it may not necessarily be in that moment when you're actively praying to him, but, he could say something any given time. I always say, look at prayer as like breathing, make it natural, make it something that's like basically involuntary. It's not something you even have to think about. You just do it, kind of a thing. So, I know for myself, the more that I do that and the more connected I am in my personal prayer time and spending time with God, my life doesn't automatically improve and become perfect, no, but I have peace, and it equips me to be able to handle whatever it is I am going through, whether that is something really difficult or it opens up the window of opportunity for something amazing to happen. But either way, prayer is needed. So hopefully that message resonated and made sense for you guys. If the message didn't flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just with a simple small emoji. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on their way. And so you guys know whenever I go live, because you'll basically be first in the loop on everything that's going on. So, yeah. And ways to contact me, my email, my socials, my Etsy, all that stuff, all the 411 you need to know is in the description box down below. And I am open and available for private readings too. So if you guys are interested in that, like I said, all the info, description box. So I just want to thank you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So keep sparkling. I'm sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 5. If you chose this beautiful amethyst cluster, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your person has to say to you. Okay, well, like I said, you guys, I am using cards today from the Divine Masculine, Messages of Love from Liz of Guided by Angels. And I'm just going to go ahead and lay these cards on down, and we're going to find out what your person has to say. So here we go. All right, very simple start. I love you. So very simple start, but probably, even though it's the most basic start of all, it is also like really what it's all about. Despite all the other messages that come through, despite everything else that is said and done, they love you. And that's what matters the most. They love you. So do not forget that. Don't doubt it. Don't second guess it. They love you. Because only you will ever do. So, I feel like it doesn't matter what they do with their time, what they do with their life. They could move a million miles away from you. They could go on like 500 million dates with other people or whatever it is. But I feel like it's almost like the further they get away from you, the more they realize how much you're the only thing that will ever do. It's kind of think of it this way. It's like, have you ever had a really good taco somewhere, and then you go somewhere else. Like, let's say this, I'm saying this because I lived in California for 15 years and then I left. So just grin and bear this here with me here. So California has amazing tacos, right? And it's like I could move somewhere else, which is what I did, and I could have, a taco here in the Chicago area, and it's gonna pale in comparison to any taco in California, especially around LA. And it's like I could go to any other state and any other city, and all those other tacos would not be the same. I want the Southern California Los Angeles taco. Basically, that's the only one that will do. So it's like, even though it may suck sometimes seeing that person off in the distance, doing other things, having other experiences, the good thing is it's showing them how much they had it good when they were with you and how you're the only one that will do. You are their California supreme taco that no one else can ever touch, basically. So try to remember that. I know it's a weird analogy, but that's where my brain was kind of going with it. Hopefully it makes sense. Our love is real, so I love you, and our love is real, so there's definitely a lot of love here. I feel like, once again, that may be something that this person has been learning over time, maybe having other experiences, whether it's been, maybe unfortunately being involved with other people, or, just simply like maybe physically going away somewhere else. It's helped them realize that your love is real, that it's not counterfeit, it's not fake, it's not fly by night, it's not just infatuation, it's not a crush that can easily fade. They're realizing that it is real, it is genuine. I see you in my future. I know this message has come out before in maybe one or at least a couple of the other piles. But definitely we got masculines here who are seeing a future with you. Once again, I feel like this time of separation has really been the thing that has made them see that. Like, I don't feel like that's something that they probably really thought about, or that they probably really considered when you guys were together, when you guys were involved, when things were, connected before. They may have taken it for granted, just saw it for face value, basically. But I do feel like they're starting to notice that now, that they could see something in the long term. I want you to be happy. So this is a super important one, because I feel like it doesn't matter whether you guys come together or not. They want you to be happy. Their love is unconditional for you. So it's like, even if it made them sad to like see you move on with someone else, like let's say someone else came into your life, maybe a soulmate came into your life, if this is your twin flame, maybe it's a soulmate that came into your life, someone who is still a decent guy, a good guy who treats you well, that you do have a connection to, that you are attracted to, where there is a mutual love between. And if your person was too late and he couldn't get there on time, I feel like he would wish you well, and he would wish you to be happy, because I feel like he sees your happiness to be more important than his own. He would sacrifice his happiness for yours. Now, that doesn't mean that that's going to happen, and that doesn't mean that that's going to apply to all of you. It could be for some of you. But I feel like bottom line is he wants you happy. And even if you guys do come together, it's like the whole thing of, it's like you guys could simply be, maybe out for a late night walk and it gets chilly, and he's going to be the kind of guy who's going to take the coat off of his back and put it onto yours to make sure that you're warm, because once again, he wants you to be happy. So it could be as small of a sacrifice as that, as him just taking the coat off of his back and putting it on you, all the way to saying, hey, I'm willing to step aside if you really want to be with somebody else and they make you happy. Like, this person just wants you to be happy is the bottom line. And I feel like they will do whatever it takes to make sure that you have your happiness. I miss our friendship. So I feel like at the core of your relationship, you guys do have a very solid friendship. Maybe you guys just started out as friends first before this even blossomed into a love thing. This could have been someone that, was maybe in your friend zone or something like that for years prior before you guys even like really connected. Maybe this is somebody that you've known since childhood. It could have been like a childhood friend or something like that, where it eventually grew into romance. But regardless, I feel like you guys have always had a very strong friendship. And friendship is important, like love and passion and romance. Those things are definitely important. Chemistry is a must for a successful, intimate, romantic relationship to succeed, of course. But if you don't have those other things in place too, like a solid friendship and, shared morals and values and, ways that you can connect beyond that physicality in a sense, just having jokes with each other or, spending time doing different hobbies and interests together or whatever it is, it makes it harder to have a solid foundation. But I feel like you guys have always had a really nice, solid foundation. Probably just another reason why this situation may hurt like even that much more, because no one likes to see a solid foundation like that get fractured. I dream about you every night. So if you are someone who has very strong dream activity, there's a chance that you guys could be meeting up like in the 5D in like a dream plane kind of level basically. So I feel like this is a reminder to you guys to really pay attention to your dreams. If you try to maybe have like a dream journal or something like that next to you in your bed, like on your nightstand or something like that, because if you like wake up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning or something, and maybe you remember something from your dream, just start to jot it down. Even if you don't have a dream journal, like let's say you're too tired to like turn on a light and write something down, because I know I can be like that. I'm like, I don't want to write anything down. I'm tired. I don't want to turn on a light, whatever. Make a note in your phone. If you're too out of it, you don't even want to like jot something down in your phone, try just like recording a voice memo maybe in your phone. Even if it makes no sense and you just record something like pineapple, skis, Paris. Like it may not make any sense in that moment, but if you listen back later, it may jog memories as to like what exactly was going on there. So yeah, I do feel like there's definitely connections happening there in the dream world, because chances are if they are dreaming about you, you are dreaming about them, you guys are, meeting up together. So try to pay attention. You may not remember all of your dreams, but, try to at least set the intention, make the effort if you can. I know we are twin flames. So this is a dude who's awakening. Now, the funny thing is, like, twin flames have started to become way more mainstream than it was, like, even a year ago. Like, even a year ago, I did not hear twin flames as much as I have now. Within the past year, the first time I heard it, like, really mentioned in mainstream was when Justin Bobby was talking about twin flames on the Hills reboot. And then, like, just this past Christmas, they mentioned twin flames in one of the Hallmark Christmas movies. So yeah, twin flames have been becoming a big subject. Like, a lot of the times when I'm getting ready in the morning, I'll listen to like On Air with Ryan Seacrest, and they've talked about twin flames on that show. And I never used to hear people talk about twin flames so much in like mainstream pop culture type of references. So it could be possible that this person has kind of been alerted to it or knowing about it simply because it is becoming more mainstream. But even if that is the case, they could also be going through an awakening process because of that. you know, because it's like, yeah, you can hear about it on something that's mainstream and pop culture related, but then later on you may be like, well, what exactly is that? What does that mean? And then you might like go online and Google and research and all the other stuff, and that may be what this person is doing. So they may be awakening, they may be getting to know some of that kind of stuff. So yeah, there you go. The firework effect. So the firework effect, like basically I look at that as like, you know, when you see fireworks in the sky, you know, they're bright, they're bold, they're colorful, you know, they're sparkly, they got like this glow and this glitter up against like the darkness of the sky, basically. And it's like, that's how you guys are. You guys just light each other's sky up. It's like, you know, if your lives were just like the darkness of night, you guys just come along and light each other up, which is beautiful. We are divine magnets. And that's basically what twin flames are. Twin flames are divine magnets. You know, there's like this push and this pull and this pull and this push kind of a thing. But, you know, that's kind of why it's like you come together and you separate and you come together and you separate and you come together kind of a thing. But either way, you're always drawn back together. So I feel like, you know, they definitely feel that. They feel that push and pull. That could be one of the ways that they have kind of known to understand what twin flames are. And we have your smell drives me wild. Kind of a weird one to finish on, but hey, that works, you know. There are these things called pheromones. We all have them. We don't necessarily like smell them in terms of them having a scent, but it does make a difference. Like pheromones do determine a lot of who you're attracted to. Like I remember a long time ago, I heard this story. It's almost kind of like speed dating, but it's not. I forget what kind of dating they call this, but it doesn't, like, they base it off of pheromones. It's all about pheromones. It's like, maybe they call it like a pheromone party. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But what you do is you wear the same shirt to bed for like 2 or 3 nights or something like that. And then you like put it in a plastic bag and you bring it to this pheromone party, and they put out all the different shirts, and no one knows whose shirt belongs to who, except for the owner of the shirt, obviously. And you go around smelling the shirts, and whichever shirt smells the most appealing to you, that's the person you're supposed to connect with, because it's supposed to be based on scientific facts of like pheromones. So I feel like your pheromones are probably pretty important to this person, and they would pick your shirt at the pheromone party, which I know is weird, but these things supposedly do exist. I heard about it like a super crazy long time ago. But yeah, so I do feel like your pheromones mean a lot to them, but you know, even not just your pheromones naturally, but they probably like, you know, the perfume or whatever it is that you spray on yourself too. Like, you just have this awesome scent. You just draw them in. It's like an animal instinct. Anyways, so those are basically the messages that I have for you guys. Like I said, this is from the Divine Masculine Messages of Love from Liz of Guided by Angels. And before I wrap this reading up, I do want to give you guys a quick little loving words from Jesus card, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got: He that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also. And greater works than these he shall do, because I go unto my Father. John 14:12. So, you know, he's basically talking about, like, this Bible verse is talking about doing good works. You know, and good works is basically like taking action steps to, you know, like take care of other people and to help make the world a better place, basically. And I feel like the most important thing is, as long as you're doing what it is that you're doing in life, coming from a place of love, coming from a place of good intentions, not because you're trying to be selfish and get something in return, but because you genuinely care about other people and want to do the right thing, that's what matters the most here. So, anyways, I hope that this message resonated and made sense for you. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just with a simple, small emoji. And also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also so you know when I'm going live and all that good stuff. Like I said at the beginning of this reading, you guys, I am open and available for private readings too. So if you're interested, hit me up. My email, my contact information, social sites, my Etsy, all that stuff is in the description box down below. So everything you need to know is right there. I just want to thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 6. If you chose this little tower crystal, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your person has to say to you at this time. Okay. So, like I said at the start of this video, I'm going to be using the Divine Masculine Messages of Love from Liz of Guided by Angels. And I'm just going to go ahead and lay these cards down and we're going to see what your person wants to say. What's coming through for you? We have Kundalini is rising. So Kundalini is a very spiritual experience, basically. So I feel like in terms of like their own spiritual experience and especially connected to you, and that can come through in kind of like a sexual way too, that it's rising, it's growing for them, which I know may be surprising if they don't really seem like a spiritual person. But they could be going through like an awakening of some kind, and that could be just like in the process of happening right now. I hope we can start again. So like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I feel like that this reading is mainly for people who have been in separation. So if you're in separation, you probably stopped. You're not started is the point. So this person does desire to start again. I don't feel like they like or enjoy the way things are between you. You know, if you're not enjoying it, they're probably not enjoying it either. So they do want to start again. I want to take care of you. And that's honestly not uncommon for someone who is truly in their divine masculine type of energy. You know, by all means, first and foremost, a healthy connection is an equal and balanced connection. But a part of that is, you know, usually the masculine in the situation wants to provide, wants to protect, wants to take care of, you know, while usually the feminine in that position, you know, receives and nurtures and, you know, brings like warmth to the situation and that kind of thing. So I do feel like they have like this natural instinct to take care of you is what it comes down to. Not to say that you can't take care of yourself, because I'm sure that you can. And I'm sure that, you know, they probably love the fact that you can be independent and that you can take care of yourself. It's not that you can't, it's just that they want to. Like, that's just like an extra thing that they desire to do for you. I am learning who I am. And, you know, that's something we all got to do. That's like a lifelong process for all of us. It doesn't matter, feminine, masculine, anything in between. You know, this rodeo called life is pretty crazy, and it's going to throw some curveballs at us. There are going to be twists and turns, ups and downs, and everything in between. But every time those things happen, whether it's good things or bad things, we learn more about who we are. So I feel like, you know, especially right now, in the season that they're in right now, they are learning about themselves. In some seasons, we learn more about ourselves than in others. But for them, they probably are in one of those seasons where they are learning more so now than in other seasons. Nobody compares to you. So in their learning process, they may be having different experiences, going out there in the world, meeting new people, having different experiences. They could be traveling, they could be at like a physical distance to you. And that's the thing about separation is the further apart you get, it's like you don't know what you're missing until it's gone. So I feel like that's what they've been learning. They've been learning like what they've been missing out on with you since you haven't been there and since they've been having these other experiences. That could be maybe they've been ultra fixated on work, for example. They could be like a workaholic, and maybe they have learned like, hey, work isn't everything. My job isn't everything. I would like a little bit more balance in my life. I would like a personal life. I would like to come home to somebody and share my day with them, even if it's mundane. So they could be learning that. Like a job wouldn't compare to you. For some of you guys, it could be third party stuff. Maybe they've been going out with other people and experiencing different relationships with other people. And maybe every single relationship, every single person has been a disappointment, has been a failure to them because they cannot provide for them. They cannot deliver to them what you've been able to. So regardless of what these other experiences are, I feel like they are definitely teaching them how worthy and how valuable you have been to them and how they're missing out on that now. I am transforming. So a part of learning who you are is transformation. So, this person could be going from like the caterpillar to the butterfly kind of thing. They're going through transformation. Another thing I think of a lot of the times with transformation is fire. And there is a candle on this card, obviously. And I think of fire because, fire is like purification. Think about how diamonds are made. Diamonds are made through fire. And, that's not easy. Like diamonds are beautiful and they're rare and they're gorgeous and they're worth a lot. But they go through this purification process where they got to get rid of like all of the dirt and all the things that don't belong in there in order to make them the diamond that they are. So they're in the process of being purified here. They're in the process of becoming that diamond. And chances are, if they are, you probably are too. So you're probably learning who you are. You're probably in the middle of transforming as well. You're probably also learning how nobody else compares to them, because you guys are mirrors. So what they're learning and what they're experiencing, you're probably experiencing. So try to keep that in mind. So when you're going through, difficulties and hard times, remember, they probably are too. You turned me on. So there's definitely a physical connection here. So this person does feel passion for you. They do want you in that physical way, that's for sure. So, it's not just emotional, it's not just mental, it's not just spiritual. Of course, all of those things are important too. The full package is important ultimately, but they are very turned on. There is that physicality that is there. I want a family with you. So this person wants to create a family with you. For those of you who want to have children and you want to have children with your person, this is confirmation of that. It's confirmation that they are on the same page as you and that they want that just as much as you do. For those of you who are maybe like, I don't really want kids, I'm not interested in kids, or maybe you're beyond the point in your life where you would want to have kids, I feel like that family is basically like the life that you two would create together. That family can be surrounded by friends that you call family. It could be like dogs. It could be cats. It could be animals, basically. What was it? There was this TikTok I saw recently. They were saying how like pets or not pets, plants are the new pets, and pets are the new kids. and kids are for rich people or something like that. It was like a joke. And just like they were saying, like, living with your parents is the new renting. Renting is the new owning your house. And then once again, it was a joke. Owning your house is for rich people. Like, this was very much from a millennial's perspective, which I can honestly completely relate to on all of those levels. Uh, but yeah, like your pets could be your children. You know, I have Shadow. I have my dog. He is 110% my child. He has he has 3 different beds. He has tons of clothes. He has tons of treats and toys. He has a car seat. He has a stroller. He's got a travel bag for like when we fly on airplanes. He's got everything. Even his ID, even his license is literally like a little license, like a driver's license ID kind of a thing. So he has everything. And I know a lot of people are like that with their pets these days. I still want to have human children too, but you know, even if I do have a human child, he's still going to be the oldest sibling. So, you know, you could be someone who maybe wants to have a family like with your pets. You know, there are a lot of people who go that route too. I want to share my life with you. And that's the thing. That's what you do with family, is you share your life with them. The ups, the downs, the goods, the bads, everything, you know. Think about traditional wedding vows, for example. You know, why do they say those things? Through sickness and in health, richer for poorer. You know, because those are seasons of life you can experience. You can experience a season of debt and bankruptcy. You can experience a season of promotions and wealth. You can experience a season where maybe one of you is sick and suffering from a chronic illness. You can experience seasons where you're both healthy and, you know, living your lives to the fullest. You know, it doesn't matter. Like, there's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days, there's going to be days where you're struggling with your job, there's going to be days where you're abundant in your job, there's going to be days where you're healing family trauma, there's going to be good days where you're making breakthrough with your families. So, you know, through all those ups and downs, you know, they are ready to share the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. I will love you for the rest of my life. So their love is a forever thing. It is not like a temporary thing. This is not like, oh, I just like you a lot, I just have a crush on you kind of a thing. No, this is like legit love, like forever, like their last breath, you're still going to be on their mind. You're still going to be in their heart. So do not doubt that. It is a forever kind of thing. And I will get there. So this is a work in progress, you know. With the I am learning and I am transforming cards that came out, this is a work in progress, obviously. But they will get there. And even when they get there, newsflash, he's still going to be learning who he is, and he's still going to be transforming. Because even when you get into that place of union, yeah, that's great. That's wonderful. That's a reason to celebrate. But there's still going to be those ups and downs and challenges that you're going to have to go through. But now, instead of dealing with that individually, you have to deal with that with another person by your side. You have to deal with that in partnership. And that can actually be even harder than dealing with it on your own. Because it's one thing when you're just dealing with yourself. It's another thing when you have to deal with yourself and another person. That's where this sharing my life with you thing comes in. Because, you know, I feel like partnership, marriage, whatever it is you want to call it, yes, it can be a blessing. It can be abundant. It can be the most beautiful, amazing thing in the world. But it can also be the most challenging thing. And of course, you know, nothing that's worth having comes easy. So it's hard work. It's hard work is what it comes down to. So he will get there so you guys can come together in union. And then you guys are just going to have to, keep going, keep getting to the point where you guys both get there in terms of working together. So try to remember that. I feel like so many people are always like focused on the goal of, I just want to get to union. I just want to get to union. I just want to get to union. And while I feel like getting to union is a good post goal to have, just remember there's going to be more goals beyond that. Like, you're not done. There's still going to be more learning. There's still going to be more lessons to learn. There's still going to be more things to go through. Not to say that you won't have anything to enjoy. Not to say it's not going to be blissful and joyful and happy and all these other things, because I'm sure it will. But just try to remember that the rodeo ain't over yet just because you're in union. So just wanted to remind you guys of that, because it's not a fairy tale. It's not. Try to remember that. Even with every fairy tale story, it doesn't matter. Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, it doesn't matter who it is. Yes, you reach the point of the story of, and they all lived happily ever after. But do we ever hear about what happened after happily ever after? Not most of the time. Sometimes, Disney will go out on a limb and, put out The Little Mermaid 2, and you'll see what happens with Ariel and Eric's daughter or whatever. But usually we don't get to see that. So try to remember that there's still another story. There's another chapter that goes on and continues after happily ever after. But you guys will get there. All right. So once again, this is Divine Masculine Messages of Love from Liz of Guided by Angels. And before I wrap this up, you guys, I wanted to give you guys a quick little Loving Words from Jesus card, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. John 14:27. So I know Jesus may not be everybody's thing, but at least for me, like, Jesus is like my dude. He's like my main person that I connect to God with, that I connect to Spirit with. I know for some people it's like I can't talk. Archangel, I can't talk. Michael. Everybody has like their person that they connect through. There's a lot of different angels that people connect through. I know there's other ones besides Michael, but I feel like Michael's the one that like most people talk about. But for me, it's Jesus. And bottom line is like, it doesn't matter who you're connecting to, Jesus or somebody else. Like, they're there to help you. They're there to assist you. They're there to give you peace and support and love in your life. So, your guides, Jesus, whoever it is that you call upon, they're there to help you. They want you to live your best life. So, try to remember that. They're there to bring peace into your life and assistance and joy into your life. So try not to forget that connection. Anyway, yeah. So that's pretty much the message that I have for you guys. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just with a simple small emoji. And please give this video a big thumbs up, because that definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way, and so you guys know when I'm going live or any other interesting updates that you guys may need to know about. Once again, I'm open and available for private readings too. I mentioned that at the beginning of the video, and I just wanted to remind you guys of that one more time here as I wrap things up for you. And, ways to contact me, my email, social sites, my Etsy shop, all that good stuff, all the 411 you need to know, the current readings I'm offering, for example, all of that is in the description box down below. There are also a few different readings on Etsy too, as well as my own deck if you are interested. So yeah, that's basically it. But I want to thank you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love.